This is the Chapter 9 lecture for Flash. It's on ActionScript 3.0. It's on understanding ActionScript, working with instances of movie clip symbols, using code snippets, and working with variables. Until now, we've been using ActionScript 2.0 to code various actions such as stop events within the frames and go to events within buttons. Using ActionScript 2 allows you to use Script Assist to enter code that controls the timeline and creates user interactivity. ActionScript 3.0 allows you to do everything you did in 2 and more. In addition, using 3 significantly improves the performance of Flash movies by delivering large and complex applications such as games and websites more rapidly. In the previous chapters, the process for creating movies is focused on the timeline and on using Flash tools. With AS3, the emphasis shifts from the timeline to objects both on and off the stage. You can write the code directly in the Actions panel that defines the button and specifies the event, such as the mouse click, that will trigger the go-to, or simply play the motion tween without moving the playhead. This provides a great deal more flexibility because the code can be reused or executed from other places in the movie. When you start a new Flash movie, you must choose either AS2 or AS3. Specifying AS3 means that you are writing code in the Actions panel and you must adhere to AS3 rules. However, you can still use the draw tool features that you've already learned. Most Flash movies are a combination of using the drawing tools and ActionScript code. You can only develop using one ActionScript code. And in AS3, an object is an instance similar to the instances you created with movie clip graphics and button symbols. With AS3, instances are defined by classes instead of symbols. Classes have certain attributes or properties and functionality or methods that are passed on to its objects. Alright, the properties of an object describe the object, such as the size and color, and the methods explain what the object can do, such as rotate or accept a mouse click, or what can be done to an object, such as fill it with color. And here it shows you have these terms you need to know to work with ActionScript. You have a class, AS3 code that defines the attributes or properties and functionality or methods of an object. Example would be a cell phone class, and it would be a class can have a subclass such as smartphones. Okay, then you have an object. It's an instance of a class that inherits the attributes, the properties, and methods of that class. And an example would be like my cell phone. Property, each attribute of an object, such as its size or color, or what does it look like. Properties would be height, width, color, weight, screen, buttons, and so on. And then you have the methods, which is the functionality of the object. What can it do or what can be done to it, such as make a call, receive a call, text message, record video, take pictures, and so on. The Flash program has many predefined classes, such as the shape class, which are available for use as soon as you start an AS3 document. If a class is not predefined in Flash, you can import a class such as tween, or you can create your own. The class contains the AS3 code that defines the object, and based on the AS3 code, Flash knows what the object is and what it can do. As you work with AS3, you will be working with objects that are defined by their class. Alright, Flash files have a display list. The display list is transparent to the user, but Flash uses it to manage every object on the screen when the movie is published. In order for an object to be on the display list, it must be part of the Display Objects class. Objects that can be part of the display list include movie clips, buttons, text, shapes, bitmaps, and videos. Objects created with AS3 are not automatically visible on the screen when a movie is published. They must be added to the display list with the Add Child method. Each time you create an object that you want to be visible on the screen in the Flash player when the movie is published, you must use the Add Child method. Likewise, if you want to remove an object from the display list, then you must use the Remove Child method. A variable is a container that holds data. You assign each variable a data type, which indicates the class used to populate the variable. There are scores of data types, including number, string, which is text, movie clip, and shape. The syntax for creating a variable is the keyword var, var, a space, the variable name, then colon, and then the data type, where you specify the variable name and the data type. So using this syntax, you could create a variable to hold a user's age by typing, let's see, let me show you. If you wanted to create this to hold the user's age, you would do something like this, but it's lowercase. Alright, and then you would do age, and then colon number, because that's the data type. So you would have a variable named with the name of age, and its type would be number. It's always useful to create variable names that says something about the information that is held in the variable, and it's imperative to use the correct data type, which can be found in the help section of Flash. An important use of variables is to hold instances of objects that can be referred to throughout the AS3 code. The process for working with AS3 is to plan your application, including how you will be developing objects, such as by importing them to the library, drawing them on the stage, or creating them with AS3, and how you will be using the timeline, such as by developing motion tweens using the timeline, or by developing the motion tweens using AS3. The planning also involves how to construct the user interactivity, such as using buttons, go-to actions, and so on. With just 4 lines of code, you can create a circle and specify a fill color, size, and stage location. It's that simple. Many but not all classes are built into a Flash document by including only commonly used classes such as shape. The Flash file size can be kept smaller. Depending on the configuration of the Flash program on the computer you are using, these built-in classes may be added automatically to the Actions panel as you type AS3 code that references the class. Tweens involve a change in an object's size, transparency, or position, and these changes could also involve easing. You must import the tween class and the easing class. The code for the 2 imports is shown there. It shows you how to import the classes to use the code from those classes. After adding a motion tween to an object, a button can be added to provide interactivity. A common type of interactivity is to have the user click a button which causes some action. With AS3, you do not assign code to a button or any object on the stage. Instead, you reference the object within the code. AS3 is a strict code environment. This means when you write AS3 code, you must adhere to specific syntax rules, including spelling, punctuation, capitalization, and use of special characters. Alright, if you need help, you can display code hints. Code hints give the syntax or possible parameters for an action in a pop-up window as you are entering the action. To see code hints, type the action statement and then type an opening parentheses. To dismiss the code hints, type a closing parentheses or press escape. To disable the code hints, click Edit on the menu bar, click Preferences, and then click to deselect the code hints checkbox in the action script category. Flash provides 2 features that are useful when working with the Actions panel, Check Syntax and Auto Format. Clicking the Check Syntax button checks for any errors in the syntax of the coding, and if found, displays a message in the Compiler Errors panel. This panel appears grouped with the Timeline Output Motion Editor panel set. You can use the information in the Compiler Errors panel to help determine what changes needs to be made. In many cases, the mistakes are in spelling or the use of special characters. The Auto Format button formats the code in accordance with ActionScript formatting conventions. Clicking the Auto Format button may add spaces, lines, and indents to make the code more readable. The specific steps used when working with AS3 vary depending on what you would like done within your movie. The process can be as simple as starting a new AS3 Flash document, opening the Actions panel, and typing the desired code. Or the process can be as complex as utilizing the timeline, adding content and functionality spread throughout multiple layers, and then using AS3 code to enhance the movie. The Actions panel has two windows, a left and a right, and three panes. Your panes are your toolbox, or your Actions toolbox, and it provides the categories of actions that can be selected to build ActionScript code. This provides an alternative to typing code in the script pane. You have your Script Navigator pane, which provides a list of frames that contain scripts used in the movie. This pane can be used to quickly locate a frame and display its code in the script pane. And then the script pane is used to type in the code and a toolbar for editing the code. And it shows you an example ActionScript panel there that's ready to use. It's the 3.0 panel. There it shows your there on the left the toolbox where you can click to expand or collapse the window there for the toolbox, and then your Script Navigator pane. And then more to the right side you have your Actions panel menu bar. Your Script Assist is turned off there. Code Snippets button. You have your Auto Format button, your Check Syntax button, your Script pane, and your code applied to frame 1 of the Actions layer. It shows down at the bottom where you're applying your action. Alright, the left window displays the Actions Toolbox pane and the Script Navigator pane. The right window displays the script pane where the ActionScript code is displayed and edited. You will need to display the right window at all times. You can collapse and expand the left window by clicking the Expand Collapse arrow between the windows, and you can resize the windows by dragging the border between the two windows left or right. You can resize the panes in the left window by dragging the border between the two panes up or down. You can press F9 to open and close the Action panel. Alright, at this time we're going to go out and work on the chapter tutorial. We need to boot up Flash. You need to download your files if you haven't already done that. My system's running slow. It's having a hard time opening Flash up. Okay, once you get Flash up and running, we need to go out and find our Chapter 9 data folder. We need to open up FL9_1. We're going to save it as circle object once it gets open. We're going to change our view to fit in window. This movie has one layer named border with a blue border in frame 1. Okay. Insert a new layer. Name it Actions. Then click frame 1 on the Actions layer. Open the Actions panel. Go here, go to Window, want to go to Actions. Okay. You want to collapse the Actions panel left window if it's open. You want to verify Actions :1 is displayed in the lower left corner of the script pane. Then we want to turn off Script Assist. We want to click at the top of the script pane, then type the following as shown in Figure 6 on page flash 9-11. You'll notice when I showed it was a shape that it automatically imported my shape class up above there for me. And now I'm creating an instance of the shape here called my circle. Okay, giving it an X, a Y coordinate, and a radius number. And then you're going to do an add child. Okay, click the check syntax button. Okay, doesn't show me. It shows me I have 0 errors and 0 warnings. We're going to collapse the Actions panel. We're going to drop it down here. I'm going to dot my Actions panel so that it's down here where I can see it, but I can also see my window. Now we're going to press Enter. Let's see. We're going to go back to our timeline. We'll save it. And then we want to play our movie. Nothing appears on the stage when you press Enter. The object only appears when the movie is published. We're going to go to Control. We're going to go to Test Movie in Flash Professional. Alright, our green circle should appear in the Flash Player window. Alright, you can close the Flash Player, make sure you save your work. We're moving on to the next page. We're going to save the document as, do a file save as, circle object 2. So here you can just go in here and you add a 2. We're going to open the Actions panel. And then we're going to change the fill color here Then we're going to test the movie and and see the new fill color. Alright, your fill color should now be red. Close your player window. Change the position of the object to 50, 50, 40, and then test the movie again. Alright. Notice the red circle is larger and in the upper left corner of the player window. Drag the mouse, close your flash player, then drag the mouse to highlight the 4 lines of code starting with var. Right click and then press copy. Click the end of the add line or the add child line, then press enter. Right click and press paste. For the new copy lines, change the 4 occurrences of my circle to my circle 2. Okay. Then change the position to 250, 250 as shown in figure 7. 250, 250, and 40. So change these to be 250 and 40. Test the movie again. Notice another object should be displayed on the screen. Alright, we're going to close the flash player and save our work at this point. Alright, we'll want to close the movie. You used ActionScript 3.0 to change the properties of an object and create a second instance there in that last exercise. Now we want to open our circle object, our original one we were just working with. Alright, change our view to fit in window. Rename it as Circle Tween. So do a save as and name it Circle Tween. Click Frame 1 on the Actions layer in your timeline. And then go to the Actions panel. Click before var on line 3. And your lines are numbered right here. Okay. Press enter to create a blank line. Go back up to that blank line and type the following 2 lines as shown in figure 8 on page 9-13. Alright. Okay. This allows the tween class to be used. Click the end of the last line of code and press enter. And then type the 2 lines of code there in step 8 on 9-13. test the movie, and then close the Flash Player window. Alright, so let's go test it. Alright, so move down the screen. Close your Flash Player window. Change the seconds. Change the seconds of 5 and the code to 2. Test the movie again. Okay, it dropped more quickly that time. Close the player window and save your work. Use ActionScript to create a motion tween and change the speed of the tween. Now close that file, close that document. Open FL9_2. Save it as Circle Interactive. Change the view to fit in window so that you can see it all. The movie has 3 layers. If you go back to your timeline and look, you have a border, a button, and an actions layer. We want to test the movie and let the animation play. And then click the play button. Alright, notice there's no effect when the play button is clicked. Close your Flash Player. Click the play button on the stage. Display the properties panel. Then notice the instance name is Play BTN. Right up here. This instance name will be used in the code you developed. Click frame 1 on the actions layer. Then display our actions panel. Click line 5 and press enter to move to line 6. Type the code on line 6 as shown in figure 10 on page 9-14. Alright. This creates an event listener for a mouse click on the play button instance and names a function, in this case animate circle, to be executed. Alright, press enter, then type your function definition there. It's a mouse event, not a motion event. Alright. And put my bracket. Alright, these 2 lines of code begin the process of identifying the block of code included in the function named animate circle. Click the blank line at the bottom of the code and type your closing bracket. So everything within that bracket is, in those 2 sets of braces or brackets, is your functionality that's part of that function. Now we want to test the movie in Flash Professional again. And this time we want to click the play button. And that causes our circle to appear and to animate. Click the play button again, and then notice that another instance appears and is animated. Each time the play button is clicked, the function is called and the code is executed. If you want to show only one instance, you would add code at the beginning of the function to check for an existing instance and to clear it if one is found before running the animation. Alright, close your Flash player, save your work, and then close the document. Alright, let's go back to our PowerPoints for just a second. Lesson 2 over on page 9-16 picks up with working with instances of movie clip symbols. Most large Flash applications include many movie clips. Using movie clips helps you manage your document by breaking complex tasks into smaller components, and using movie clips also lets you reuse content and reduce file size. Another advantage to movie clips is you can use actions with them, allowing you greater control of the objects on the stage. You can set actions you associate with movie clips to run automatically, run when a user performs an action, run when a condition is met. The Export for ActionScript feature allows you to export a movie clip. And then this here shows Symbol Properties dialog box is used to make Export for ActionScript active. Your class name from the dialog box is displayed in linkage area of your library panel. Instance on the screen when the movie is published, and code to add purple shirt to display list is shown there in that window, and code to create new instance of purple shirt based on purple shirt MC. Okay, we're going to go back out and work in our tutorial a little bit more. We are now on page 9-18. We're going to open 9_3 and name it shirts. So do a file save as and name it shirts. This movie has 5 layers. Go back to your timeline. It has 5 layers and 1 frame. Note if you receive a message that a font is missing, you can replace the font with a default font or any other appropriate font. Test the movie, then click each of the buttons. None of the buttons should be functional. So we're going to go out here and test our movie. And none of our buttons do anything. They let us click on them, but they're not functional. Okay. Display the library panel. Then open our shirt folder. Click each of the movie clips and view it in the item preview window. Alright. In the completed movie, when the user clicks a button, the appropriate movie clip displaying a color pattern will appear on the shirt. Okay, right click on purple shirt in the library panel. And then go to Properties. Click Advanced. And open up your Advanced Symbol Properties dialog box. Click the Export for ActionScript checkbox. Flash automatically inserts purple shirt for the class name. Change purple shirt to purple shirt MC. And then click OK. A message appears indicating that Flash will create a definition for this class. Click OK. Drag the vertical line next to AS linkage in the library panel to the left to view the AS linkage name. Well, if they'll let me. There we go. Repeat steps 6 through 10 for the remaining 3 movie clips. Okay, so we're going to right click, we want to go to properties. It's already expanded, we want to do the export, we want to name it Red Shirt MC, and then click OK and OK. Then we want to right click rings, properties, export for ActionScript, rings MC, and OK. OK, and then the stars we do it the same way. Properties, export, add the MC to the name, and OK. And OK again. Alright. The class names and the AS linkage names are now the same. Insert a new layer at the top of the timeline. Name it Actions. Alright. Click Frame 1 of that layer. Open our Actions panel up. And type the following code on line 1. We're on page 9-19 in our book. We're on step 15 where it's var purple shirt instance. Well, if I could type. Alright. This creates a variable named purple shirt instance, sets the data type to purple shirt MC, and creates an instance of the object. Type the code for the other three objects as shown in figure 16 on 9-19. Okay. I'm going to save a little time by doing some copying and pasting and then just tweaking. Alright, we're going to change this to red. Alright, then we're going to do rings. And stars. Alright. Close the Actions panel and save your work. So, Control S, save our work. You specified export actions for movie clip symbols in the symbol properties dialog box, gave a class name to each one, then created a variable and instance for each movie clip so the movie clip can be referenced in AS3 code. Now, we want to click the purple button on the stage to select it. We want to display our properties panel. Then note the instance name of the button. We want to go back to our timeline. We want to click frame 1 on the actions layer. Open the actions panel again. Verify the insertion point is at the end of the last line of code. And press enter. Then type the following line. Alright, this adds an event listener to the button instance named purple button. It also specifies the event as a mouse click event and defines a function. Display purple that will execute when the event occurs. Press enter, and then we're going to add our code for our function. Now, notice that it's wrapped it with the braces when I clicked entered. Now we're going to add our code there for the event that will occur when you click the purple. So let's do our add child code. Okay. This code adds the purple shirt instance to the display list and places an instance of the purple shirt at X and Y coordinates 125 and 93 respectively. Click the check syntax button. Alright, you see that you have no errors. Alright, or you should have no errors. If you do, fix them. Click the auto format button. Okay, to make sure our code's lined up like it should be. Test the movie. And click the purple button. The shirt should now turn purple. I'll complete the code for the other buttons as shown in figure 9-21. Alright, at this point, go out there and test your movie and make sure it displays like it should when each button is clicked. Okay, I've got some errors. Alright, go back out here. It's semi-red, doesn't it? Sure instance. Misspelled it right here. Alright, Control S. Test the movie again. Everything should work. Purple, red, stars, rings. Purple, stars. Okay. So, everything should now work. Close your player window. Make sure you've got everything saved. I'm going to stop the video at this point. No, there's a little bit more. Okay. Alright, we're going to finish this one up. Go on to page 9-22. Once you've closed your Flash player, add the following below the Add Child Ring Instance line. Let's see. It's not before the closing brace. Ring instance dot visible equals true. And do the same for the stars. Okay. Oh wait, equals false. Alright. So if they won't overlap and place on top of each other. Alright. And then go back and add the following below the add. Okay, hang on. This went up here. I put this in the wrong place. This will make the stars invisible and the rings visible when the rings are chosen to display. And then if we go down here, we're going to switch these and make this one true and this one false, which will make the stars visible and the rings invisible when the stars are displayed. Check our syntax. No errors were found. Go back and do an auto format. Test the movie and click each button. Purple shirt, red, if we put the stars on there, then if we put the rings on there. Okay, they don't overlap anymore. Okay. Close our Flash player and save everything. Alright, now that's the end of the lesson 2 portion of the tutorial, and I'm going to stop the video here to keep it from being so long and overwhelming.